Battlefield 6 just got yet another chance to have a zero competition, extremely successful launch if they were to launch fall 2025, and so much more in today's video. If you're new here, hey, hello, my name is Ace, welcome back to another video. I post 2 to 3 Battlefield videos a week, and I play every Battlefield game that is available to me until Battlefield 6 launches, and I cover Battlefield 6 extensively with all the leaks, news, rumors, and everything you want to hear without you wasting your time searching for everything. If this is something you want to be involved in, then please consider leaving a like, subscription, and a comment for future content. Without wasting your time any further, let's check out why I said what I said. Here's an article from Tom Henderson. Tom Henderson is the leader, as far as I'm aware, of Insider Gaming, and they've been very accurate with news, rumors, and leaks. Here's a massive leak about the next Call of Duty, which is launching this fall, 2025, about having paywalled, I repeat, paywalled, limited time modes behind its battle pass, it's claimed. Now, we here obviously don't care about Call of Duty, we are Battlefield players, right? But we need to understand how this could affect EA, DICE, and Battlefield in general. If this was to become a thing, actually a thing, about battle passes paywalling limited time game modes, can you imagine this being translated into Battlefield's terms? Let's say Frontlines is a limited time game mode. I love Frontlines. So if I didn't buy the battle pass in Battlefield 6 being called the Frontline Pass, buy now to play Frontlines for 24 hours a day, we couldn't do it, right? We would have to buy the battle pass. This is how criminal this shit is. On top of that, it is also rumored that Call of Duty will cost €80 this year. And it's just gonna be what? It's gonna be the same Call of Duty people have been playing basically since CoD Modern Warfare 2019. It's gonna be the same engine, it's gonna be the same SBMM, EOMM, and everything that we as Battlefield players dislike about Call of Duty, multiplied probably, for optimization and milking people who just don't know any better, right? And the reason I claim that this is another massive chance for Battlefield 6 is that we know already that Ground 2006 is out of the equation. Now, Call of Duty is battling this massive rumor now as well, and people are, trust me, I've checked other social media, it's not just Twitter. I've been on Call of Duty Reddit. I've heard from my friends who play Call of Duty multiplayer, those few friends, of course, that play Call of Duty multiplayer, because we all know that people just play Call of Duty for Warzone Battle Royale, which in my opinion is also solid, right? This is just for multiplayer. And Call of Duty Warzone is not a direct competitor to Battlefield multiplayer mode. It's going to be a competitor to Battlefield's Battle Royale. But Call of Duty multiplayer is the only thing that could be, I guess, considered a competitor to Battlefield 6 multiplayer, even though I would say that Ground War and Invasion, this more larger scale game modes of Call of Duty, which have more players, are just not even close to Battlefield's 32 versus 32 experience. But that's a story for another time. Call of Duty battling this bad rep now from this shit is yet another chance for Battlefield to just come swoop in, release a very solid experience after they've been working on the game for over 4 years now, and just say, hey, we don't have paywalled limited game modes, and we don't have, you know, a motherfucking battle pass that's gonna cost €30, and the game is not gonna cost €80 either. You know, it's gonna be a more experience tailored towards the older Battlefield styles. Now, earlier this week, I ran a poll about what do you people, my viewers, think about when should Battlefield 6 take the initiative and launch the game. Here's the poll results. A lot of you came to the poll, over 1,000 people voted, so let's check it out. 10% of you voted for tomorrow. This is obviously a meme, but you know, if the game was insanely polished and high quality, yeah, I would play it tomorrow. I would close Battlefield 1 right the fuck now and play Battlefield 6 immediately. I'm not kidding. Then we have 60% of you, this is the overwhelming majority, who voted for November 2025. So most of you agreed, I guess, with my opinion, that the game has been in development for 4 years now. And, you know, delaying it another 3 months probably is not going to do hardly anything. So if it's ready, if those 4 years have been put to work, now with Call of Duty basically just falling behind with all these negative rumors, with Grounded Auto 6 being out of the equation, November 2025, after this news today, even more now becomes a reality for Battlefield 6 to just come in and just absolutely annihilate the little competition they have. Then we have 9% of you who voted for March 2026, and a lot of you, like I said, voiced your concerns to me about the game, about what you've seen, at least from the 20-minute gameplay we've seen last week, not being sufficient for you, that the game is ready. And yeah, I mean, you guys got defeated by the 60% of us who voted for the November 2025. We can see, I mean, if the game comes out in March 2026 and there's very good reasoning from them why the game is delayed for the second time, so putting it now at almost 5 years of development time, yeah, I mean, I'm down for March 2026 as well. I'm very flexible with when the game should come out. I think if it's ready, it should be now November 2025 after 4 years. But if it isn't, and if they give a very good reason why it should be March 2026, I'm fine with March 2026 as well. But, you know, they're going to lose the little opportunities they have here with GTA being out of the window and Call of Duty just shooting itself in the foot, in my humble opinion. And then finally, but definitely not least, 20% of you voted that you don't care as long as it's not this, and this being Battlefield 2042. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, for my newer viewers or maybe COD refugees who haven't played Battlefield yet, there is a massive sale happening on Steam right now for all the older Battlefield games from Battlefield 2042 and below. And I've got a lot of DMs on Twitter, people asking me, Ace, what game should I play? I see you playing Battlefield 3, 4, 1, 5. Which of those should I get? I would say if you have the money, get all of them. They're very cheap. You would need about $10 to get all of the, you know, now considered classic games and to enjoy them. But which ones are very active? I'm gonna have to speak strictly from the Europe time zone. I'm not sure how it works on the other continents. If somebody here is from North America or Australia or Asia, you're gonna have to tell me how these games are populated there in the comment section, so you can warn the people whether they should get these games or not. But if you're European, I would tell you Battlefield 1 is currently, in my experience, the most packed Battlefield. This is what you're seeing on the screen right now. If you never played the game, it is extremely packed. Almost at any given time I log in, I can find a Battlefield match on like every game mode nearly, other than some of the exclusive game modes. So Battlefield 1 is definitely going to be the pick I recommend. After that, in terms of popularity, if you like World War 2, Battlefield 5, not my favorite game of all time, you can pick this up. It has a little bit of a learning curve compared to Battlefield 1 because it has movement and other techniques you need to master to be you know, pretty solid at the game. Battlefield 1 is a bit more easier to get into. Those would be the ones that I recommend. And then, of course, the classical games, Battlefield 4 and 3, are now considered classic games at nearly 12 to 13, 15 years of age. You can get those as well. But even on Europe, I have problems finding matches for those games. So, but if you had never played them, I would also recommend playing them for the single players as well. They have solid single players. And then if you're European, somewhere around 16 or 17 like o'clock, you can find some populated servers on those games as well, running all the maps rather than just running 24/7 map rotation of one single map only. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, as I said, I post 2 to 3 Battlefield this week, playing every Battlefield game and covering Battlefield 6 extensively, so please consider leaving a like, subscription, and a comment. For my regular subscribers, as always, thank you so much for watching. Leave me a like for a comment and the algo. And yeah, I'll see you next time, probably Wednesday, maybe earlier. We're gonna see how it goes. And have a very nice day. Bye-bye.